Okay. Started the stream. Let me go get the link. Content, latest live stream. Nope. Yep. All right. Yeah, good. Okay. We are live.
It's wild. Like, oh, we're live. I shouldn't talk shit thing.
I hate how the thumbnail doesn't work when you actually go live. Here, let me do some. Remind me later.
It's wild who just like after the new year, it just feels like not everyone, but so many people just fucking drop farcaster.
Yeah.
And so many
It's
projects like disappeared.
the live.
No comment. No comment.
Tariffs are out. Fucking aliens. Clarity. Clarity Act. Iran. Voter ID. Epstein. Plus 50K. Ah, dang it. 50K. Dow memes. And more. Bada bing. All right. Choop, choop. All right.
Yes.
Blast off cast is done. Let's just get knee deep into it. Pixar, it didn't happen. Can you link that below my cast?
Yeah, I'll try. DIDH. I think we have one submission, but it feels so sketched to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't feel like someone just invited you to serve on this committee.
All right. I'm trying out a new streaming category, see if we get any normies, because I think going to news and politics is probably nerfed to hell.
Probably. Especially since we're referencing Epstein.
Hey,
Like, no.
I didn't do that this time. I said they got our boy, the formerly known as a Prince Andrew.
God.
Did you see they're saying shit like, Oh, he was never a prince. To
No,
these victims, he was never a prince. It's like alluding to rewriting history about Andrew.
I don't know. I don't even pay attention to anything across the pond, as they say.
True. America's the only thing that matters.
Honestly, though. No.
Exciting times, though.
I'm gonna tag Nanar with all of my channel recommendations since it feels like all the other places that channels used to live are
Yeah.
slowly going away or have completely gone away and they're just zombies sitting there.
It's brutal. Okay, let me want to send this in here. Stream can see all of my Cabal group chats.
Like, which ones am I not part of?
Were any of these real Cabals? I didn't really get in anywhere. The Vibe Market Cabal. That one was kind of decent. Empire, of course. Are you in this group chat, actually? You should be here.
Empire, yeah.
Okay, you are good. I figured he added you.
Yeah, I mean, I was in, were you in the haberdashery? We have that one, we have DJ
Oh,
Collective, and
damn.
The Gentleman
The
were the three.
Gentleman. Yeah, there used to be the Maxi one. That one used to be pretty live.
Now it's just everything. It's
Now everything is Cabal.
just our chat. There's like the feed now. There's just
Yeah.
I think there's less than 37 of us now, so everything is just you can just post all your hot takes and
Yep.
all your
It's just going to the
information.
void, the purple
Feed.
void. Yo, John Bull, as always. Thanks for coming around. I guess we can get started. We have one person in the chat. Oh, what's up?
John
I think it's
Paul and
probably Thought Crimes with a new profile, is what I'm going to guess. What up? What up? Here,
I
everyone
do think
who's
that invite Thought Crime to
anonymous.
join a call pretty soon. So I am
True.
interested in. I need to
It's
read more
TCB.
about his what?
He said it's TCB, Thought Crimes Boss. Every alt account that comes into chat, it's just another Thought Crime Boss. You know what? That's what our chatters. That's what I want to name them. They're all Thought Crime Bosses.
We're all
They're all Thought
anonymous.
Crime Bosses. Everyone. All right. Welcome to the Politics Show, episode 14. Thank you guys for being here. Same time every week, give or take 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you for the
Yeah,
quote
just whether
cast,
or not we
John
can get our shit
Bull.
together.
What was it?
Oh, give or take the 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just depends
Yeah.
on if we get our shit together or not.
Exactly. Sometimes we cast before the show starts. Sometimes we just hit live. So this one is for the few of you who have been here for the long time and hard grind. We're in our teens now. We're still Epstein eligible with episode 14. So we haven't quite gotten out of his range as far as episode numbers, but as soon as we hit the 20s, I think that's when our S&P value will decrease in its ROA. I don't know. I've been watching so much goddamn clavicular and like looks maxing content lately on my feeds. It's bad.
I I just got into that last week. I
Really?
don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand anything that they're talking about, and I don't know what the references are to like ASU, the frat boss there.
Where were you when clavicular got mogged by the ASU frat guy?
Yeah, I don't even know what any of that means. Like mogged is just if you stand behind someone flexing. Is that
No, I wonder what it does stand for. What does MOG stand?
and now my feed is just these.
Nah, yeah, it doesn't have an acronym then. That is so this new generation. It's just yeah, to outclass, to kind of dominate, to be superior then. So in this looks maxing community, they have this esoteric aestheticism to calculating your exact qualitative number of your value in your looks. So they take all these pictures of you. Yeah. Thought TCB is very confused by what we're talking about. Looks maxing. This all kind of started from the bodybuilder and like pickup artist. And what's even more hilarious is a lot of these guys, they're obviously red pill, they're misogynists, Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes lovers, right? And there's red pillars and then there's black pillars. So the black pilled are less political, more nihilist, and everything is about looks maxing. So I was just watching Clavicular on the Adam Friedland show. You guys would love that. Adam Friedland is hilarious. And he gets to get away with being like he's so funny and no one sees him as like aggressive or that controversial. So it was such a good episode where you get deep into the clavicular lore in one episode. So clavicular got famous for like literally bone smashing on stream for hours and hours. So this is something he read the forums, took in everything, and he's a young kid at the time when he starts all this. He's 14, 15 is when he starts doing steroids. And he's about like 19, 20. I think he's 20 now. And he just got off of that because he has already made himself infertile by using too many cycles of TRT and insanity. So he is the byproduct of going to the logical ends of what the new young Gen Z looks max. It's PSL. So it PSL. What was PUA slut or PUA? That was something because they're the old one. Anyway, the S is slut hate and the L is looks max. So there's three communities that make up this kind of clav universe. And he kind of took a more right wing pivot when someone told him like, "Oh, Myron mogs you," and he's like, "Oh, Myron can't mog me. He's black." And that started a whole because he was part of the cookie verse. Don't ask me what the cookie verse is. I only know the names of these things. I am trying to report back to my farcaster, mostly millennial and Gen X crowd, Web3 people who are in their own echo chambers itself. But I try to stay plugged in on what the youngsters, what the live streamers and the eternally online are doing these days. And Clav has hit the mainstream. He did a collab with Andrew Tate just recently, and so Andrew Tate is kind of trying to bite off of some of that Clav clout. It's all and
I
he's
heard he's been making it even to like I don't know. I think I heard him. He was being discussed in like Ben Shapiro. I
yeah,
think um,
yeah,
the thing that he was bringing up is that I guess he's gonna vote for Newsom in the
because he
president
mogs.
yeah, because he mogs Vance and Vance is too fat to
Yes,
get elected.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I love that. I love that. That is, we need some of those takes in our channel. How about it? The political aestheticization of your candidate. Please, Newsom is a hard California 9. He mogs Marco Rubio, fucking JD Vance, and I'm sorry that okay. Although I got ooh, that would be horrendous to see on my feed. I would get so mad.
I wonder how much our politics would change if we just elected the most attractive people. Like, would it get worse or would it be
Is that
the
almost
same?
a way of sortition though? Like it's kind of random based on genes and happens, and the politicians would get a lot younger, so maybe there's some benefit to that. Maybe he's on to something.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's I don't know, there was some like saying that politicians are just people who are too ugly to get into acting. I don't know. I would have to find the actual
I've heard it. I've heard
saying.
that almost to a T. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and
That's funny that
DC
you were
is
also
just ugly
getting
people's
into.
Hollywood. Like, yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, that's what it
And
is.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
or something like that.
the fangirling and idol worship just happens for these just bricked up people. They're so old and decrepit, and you're just like starstruck because you took too much speech and debate and participated in a little too many student UN council things that you geek out over these fantasy characters that ultimately kind of don't really mean much because they could be out of office if they step out of line. One toe out of line.
Yeah. Now we're seeing where the real power is. It's all within the Epstein class, which we knew
Yeah.
from like I don't think anyone didn't think there was a secret cabal that was
I guess they didn't think
running.
of how pervasive it was. You know, I guess in their heart of hearts they imagine, "Oh, it's a 1% issue." And when you're talking about the 1%, how what percentage of those people are implicated? That's kind of what I keep going. I wonder who's going to be the first person to put numbers to numbers because there's only a couple thousand, there's thousands of them. That's not too much for your average journalist to be able to investigate. But why is that not maybe happening? Because yeah, those are their buddies. Even if you're not implicated potentially, maybe you're too friendly with some on there that you it's just a do or die to survive situation. Anyone gets out in the American, you know, investor class, it just kind of the backlash is too much for everyone.
Yeah.
It's
I
more
think we'll talk
too
about this
big to
later in the show.
fail.
But did you
Oh.
was it Rex? Who was it? The Rexler, who he was like talking. He started bringing in the Rothschilds, and his lawyer was like, "I'm going to fucking kill you if you say anything more than 5 words in your next sentence."
Oh my god.
Which, like, it just yeah, obviously a lawyer would probably want you to like shut up, but that type of threat when so many Epstein connected people have just been found unalived,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it
It's not
holds a
empty.
different weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not an empty joking statement right there. You can't cover that one up. Oh, well, as it is with every week, bullshit starts with Epstein shit. All we missed was a little bit of affordability last week, I think.
I'm over affordability. I'm fully into Epstein.
There we go. Any new news on any of these polycast markets?
I don't I mean the Save Act, I think I just heard that the McConnell's trying for it to not to go forward, but the Republican senators are going to be pushing for it anyway. I don't know. I feel like from what I've seen of the bill, it goes too far,
Hmm.
and it's going to be too much of a reach for Democrats to support or all Republicans to get behind. I think this is like where like I think right now where we are with the bill is that you have to have um, either a passport or your like driver's
And
license
your
and
birth
your birth
certificate,
certificate.
and they have to
Uh,
match. Your last names have to match. So women screwed. Any transgender people screwed if you've changed your name. And so I think, oh, what a happy coincidence. Like that's the way that you do misogyny, that you do racial discrimination, is you find these statistical anomalies that are more pervasive within a certain demographic, and you shield it with other seemingly agreeable language where, oh no, we're just preventing the fraud, and we're gonna
Yeah, we're good.
intentionally, yeah.
Yeah, so I parsing issues that the Dems could kind of give up as a compromise. I don't think it would be that far. I think they might just go with like voter ID, which would just be your driver's license or some other government provided identification. I could see them making a deal. Like that could be the thing that they give up with like full DHS reforms. But at this moment, I don't see,
Yeah.
unless that happens, I don't see anything moving
Yeah.
today.
All right.
Epstein currently a lot. I don't know. I think you're gonna win whatever you're betting on this.
I think I will. Dude, this is gonna be my favorite question to continue to, because I know I'm just gonna keep getting fed good stuff. There's the talk of him in Colorado. There's the talk now of Ghislaine being body swapped, like the one we saw in front of the video. I love that stuff.
Yeah, the face doesn't look the same.
It does it. Thank you. It's not,
Which
I mean, does that happen in prison when you're eating that food? But I'm sorry, I don't really believe she's eating what we think of as jail and prison food. She's got a puppy. I imagine they also throw her some sirloins and, some flown in DoorDash for this girl from anywhere she wants. I mean, Epstein got the sweetheart deal. What's out of the question? What is out of the realm of possibility for her treatment within those four walls? One, her not being there at all seems the best plausible thing for keeping her happy. Yeah.
I just don't know what happens next
Yeah.
after all of this. It's like if he is alive, if she's not actually in prison, like I feel like such a conspiracy theorist, even just entertaining the idea. But it has to be. I mean, for me, it's above 1%. I think I'm 10% chance Epstein's alive. I think I'm 20% chance Maxwell is not
In prison.
in jail.
Yeah.
But
Maybe that's the
it,
next question I need to add is Ghislaine, will Ghislaine be proven to be, I'll figure out how to word it, but that would be a funny.
but if if any of those two things are real, like this is the biggest. Not, I mean, it's not the biggest cover up, but it is a insane cover up. Yeah, I mean, thought crime.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's not
as
gonna be.
insane as the sweetheart deal though? Like 5 nights a week, weekends free. You get to go to your office during the business hour. No attorney or prosecutor had ever heard of such a thing, and I can't even remember how short of a sentence he actually served for that.
Yeah, let's continue. Well,
Yeah,
the IndyCar
getting
race.
wrapped
I don't
up.
know if it's gonna happen. I think it probably will. Uh, you just have to look at what the donors have donated, and then I know we have a couple other ones. We will keep talking about adding more questions. I'm sure we will at one point in our lives, and they'll be free if you ever check them out, or at least you'll get the free bets. But
Yep.
one day,
One day.
yeah, we will not be busy, or we'll just find the time and
Yeah.
make them.
All right. From Meritus. Oh, TCB. She has an El Chapo style tunnel to her condo and just shows back up for JNAM court. For JNAM count. All right. The Supreme Court has restored a tiny amount of my faith in the United States today by striking down Trump's utterly ridiculous tariffs. Ooh, I was hearing a little bit of rumblings about this. Supreme Court strikes down Trump's global tariffs. The Supreme Court ruled Friday that President Trump's global tariffs are illegal, rejecting the use of emergency powers to impose trade duties. The tariffs, covering imports from Canada, China, Mexico, and nearly all countries, were projected to raise 1.5 trillion over a decade. Trump justified them as a response for fentanyl and trade deficits, declaring national emergencies. Don't you remember that? Lawsuits argued the tariffs were unauthorized taxes on Americans, and lower courts largely agreed. The decision ends a signature White House trade policy which had remained in place during litigation. Finally, we don't have to deal with these damn tariff market swings because him and his boys made out with a bag doing all this bullcrap. Like they got what they wanted. Who cares if it only lasted a year and some months of the whole
Yeah,
charade?
how many hundreds of millions of
Yeah,
dollars were they able to grift? And
success.
it is nice that like one part of our government, like the Supreme Court, actually did their job and said
Yeah,
this was like they didn't just go with the tariffs. But Congress, like, you can't do shit. Like, you, Congress
Supreme
just
seems to be
recently, I
the
think this past
only
week,
check in the balance system. Senate, nothing. Congress, nothing. It's a whole lot of yap, yap, yap until the courts make a decision. And it's very 50-50 on whether they're just going to delay or actually institute some sort of rule of law.
yeah, and this is just the bigger issue where we are in America is that we are consistently legislating through the Supreme Court, and they're making decisions on our behalf, and not through Congress. Like Congress is just like, oh, we don't need to care about abortion access. We don't need to care about LGBTQ rights. We don't need to care about tariffs. We don't need to have more say over whether or not we'll go into war with Iran. The Supreme Court will step in eventually if
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
president's overstepping his abilities. I don't know. I hate the capitulation that we keep having. I know I uplift added some more tariffs, but this is breaking news. So
Yeah.
for the first time, I think we're relevant to what's actually happening.
On the day of. It's still insane to me that anyone pretended otherwise, that Trump had any legal basis to apply broad sweeping tariffs, that Congress did nothing, and that we had to wait for nearly a year to get this all resolved. So, yeah, they did kind of drag their feet on it. So much stupid damage done by this lawless president. The Supreme Court is clear that tariffs are taxes.
I think we have one more.
Shall we fly now? The U.S. Supreme Court ruled the U.S. stock indices immediately reacted and began to grow. So, oh
It's for
wow!
proof that
And it's
if
still
Trump
it's
did
still to
nothing,
credit
we'd be
them.
in a better spot.
Oh, oh. And they'll take the S&P is over 7,000. Oh,
What's the last one? Oh, we're moving
oh, we got
now.
aliens. Hell yeah!
Yeah, the tariffs.
And they
That
really,
is
really,
at least
really
one good
want
thing. And
everyone
now
to
we
stop.
have the
It's like the one meme where he's talking about aliens and he's like, "Hey, quick question, just a shot in the dark. Are you planning on striking Iran?" The reporter, the sketch reporter, is like, "Yeah, you got us." This was so many years ago too, but prophetic. And they really, really, really want everyone to stop talking about the Epstein files. Checking Rainbow on my aliens prediction. Yup, it's up. LOL. Going to have to jump on tomorrow with a take Kojo. Okay, that. Uh, do we need an aliens question?
yeah. We should add an
We
aliens
should add
question.
that.
I think there's like I don't know. What do you think aliens have visited the United States, or I guess
Yeah.
the world? You think so?
So, yeah, in our history, for sure. I'm of the camp that the angels and demons stuff has been like potentially sources of extraterrestrial encounters. But in the recent history, that one, all right. So that one of my crazy alien rabbit holes that I kind of lean to is one, we know Hitler did not kill himself, and the Russians admitted that. They admitted to faking that death. So, A, homeboy got to escape to Argentina, or B, because we know a whole lot of German towns that have a lot of very close relative ties to Nazi high ranking officials, are entire German speaking towns, right?
In
And
Argentina.
so Hitler not being dead, there being over, I think in the Nuremberg trials, it was over 50 to 60,000 high-ranking officers were never accounted for, and they didn't convict that many people, and then you had Operation Paperclip. But where this all ties in with aliens is I think a lot of Nazis escaped. They kind of dropped off some extra crew, some unimportant people in Argentina on their way to Antarctica. And there's underground, like sea lakes under the ice. So if you're going to build some hidden bases, and they had enormous submarines, the biggest the world has ever seen, and those were never recovered. So I think a fleet of submarines went and started, or they already had a base getting built in there. They were crazy all around the world. But we also had a couple years later Admiral Richard E. Byrd going to Antarctica with a whole fleet of Navy ships and Air Force pilots for a discovery expedition. But they got their ass cheeks clapped, I guess, by the ice penguins that existed in Antarctica, because they came back and he reported all that when he arrived in South America. And then he was institutionalized and threw himself off of the fifth story window. So nothing to see there. Oh, but how it ties
So
into
how's
aliens.
the connection
Yeah,
to
space
aliens?
Nazis. I think they're trolling with some alien theories when it's just Nazis. Just space Nazis. It's another psyop. And then that they now why we can't see aliens coming around like maybe they used to more frequently is because the space Nazis are in between us and all of the cool friendly guys. And space Nazis not cool. They're not awesome, and all the other aliens are like, yeah, we're just gonna avoid that part of the galaxy. That's the ghetto. That's the trailer park trashy part. So we're just gonna go around. We're gonna go either straight through or around. We're just avoiding them for the time being until they get their shit together.
Or maybe. I don't know. I'm not in the camp that anyone has visited. I think we're just gonna continue to say that we saw things that we don't fully understand, and those are aliens or UFOs or whatever we are calling them now.
Hey, those Foo Fighters in World War II. There's a lot of testimony on that. I don't think aliens were doing shit to fucking intervene in political affairs. I think that was just Nazis with some super advanced tech. And now they fly around the world giving everyone a nice little scare about. And then you have the perfect psyop, like how do you unite the whole world under one government? Well, you fake an alien invasion.
Yeah. I don't know.
Independence Day.
That would work. I mean,
Oh, work.
I would fall for that psyop
Oh yeah.
instantly. They'd be like, aliens, you need to give up all your weapons. You need to turn
Yep.
in all your technology. We need to melt it down to combat the aliens. Also, give up all your rights and
Yeah.
go through the screening process. I would
Exactly.
be first.
Yeah. And we're conscripting every able-bodied male, female, and 13 plus year old. You're capable too. Oh, okay, yeah, that's totally cool. There's aliens. Yeah, we got to get on this. And nope, it's just Nazis again.
Where are we next? I know we
Ah,
have a couple more aliens. It's making
hell yeah. This is hilariously the wrong answer to this question. Absolute art. Oh god. Yep. Deucey. Barack Obama said aliens are real. Trump. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake giving out classified information. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Don.
I would love to have China and Russia. They've been invited. Yeah.
Something that got a lot of
You need both. You need all persuasions. No discrimination.
something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know.
So aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
What was
He
the
made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do.
You have an opinion on it being classified
You
information?
believe it, Peter?
Well,
the issue with this is like Trump is a class A troll. Like he does
No.
he just knows how to like press buttons to get people to freak out.
True.
And a lot of times I can't tell when he's serious and when he's just trolling.
I know.
And so I feel like this is a troll. Like he's just like, oh,
I hope
Obama
it's a
shouldn't have done
dementia
that.
moment though. I hope it's a little bit of fumbling some ideas around in his head and he's leaking that, hey, whoa, that's supposed to be classified. You're not supposed to talk like that. But what I am supposed to say is I have no opinion.
Yeah. I like, yeah, he sometimes will do the trolling, and then other times he'll just accidentally give us
Unintentionally.
that like glimmer of truth behind it.
Yep. Those are my favorite. He's just jealous that Obama got some attention for commenting about aliens in an interview over the weekend. Trump couldn't seriously think this will distract from the Epstein saga. He will also try to use this to claim he's transparent. Based on the tremendous interest shown, oh my gosh, yeah, this fucking bullshit. I will be directing the security of war and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified whatever. But extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. God bless planet Earth. God bless us Terrans, us Homo sapiens. Bless us the most. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a very interesting, important matter, but Epstein is
No more files to be released in regards to Epstein. Nope.
yeah.
Yeah, and that brings us back to a couple weeks ago, us talking about, yeah, whatever candidate just wants to run on completely gutting all the files related to these people. I think that's a solid enough platform for a lot of people to get behind. But we know it won't make them corporate donations. It won't make their super PACs very happy.
Or they get murdered by
Or they, yeah.
some government agency right before they get elected or afterwards, and then we will never get the truth.
Yeah.
Clarity negotiations.
More Nounish Prof. Hell yeah.
I know. Thanks for the posts.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
I don't think I posted one time in the channel this week.
I've been bad.
I've
More
been so
on
bad.
clarity negotiations. Earning yield on idle balances, a key crypto industry goal, is effectively off the table. Ooh. The debate has narrowed to whether firms can offer rewards linked to certain activities. One crypto side attendee told me bank concerns appear to stem more from competitive pressures than from deposit flight, which had been framed as the original worry. Any comment, Brian Armstrong? Did they? See if we can get Brian on here.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing.
right.
Curated. Dang,
I
no yield. So liquidity pools, any kind of stable coin yield farming then?
I guess so. I think
Maybe that's only
Coinbase
for
is like,
Coinbase to offer though, as an American. Like I can't imagine this shuts down DeFi.
I don't know. This is so out of my wheelhouse of how it actually get implemented. I think just like generally Coinbase thought they had more power. I think they came in thinking that they were like the hot shit. They
Yeah.
got everyone elected. They were this like the new money in politics, and
They ain't got
got
bags like that.
yeah. They're like, you've only been funding us for a couple of years. These people have been in our pockets since the beginning of democracy.
And I mean, I think that's him leveraging and kind of using a ratchet effect of going, hey, look, banks, I'm entertaining these little crypto bros over here. Look how much money they're giving me. Look how much I'm agreeing with them and speaking at their little conferences. That gets their attention, and now okay, I gotta level up what I'm donating. I gotta get a bit more serious about making some deals with Don. And okay, you want some loans, you want to make some real estate deals, our bank's got you. We've got you on all that. And crypto does not have that kind of institutional sway. Even though they looked like they were putting up LeBron numbers, I think as per usual in the crypto industry, it's these hyper cycles. So we go in super hard, super fast, and then die, peter out just as fast as we rose.
I, I mean, they also got in bed with Trump way too hard.
Yeah.
Like, I get that what is like very, he is like where the power lives in the moment, but with them doubling down so much and just crypto has become this Republican,
Yeah.
essentially grift.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know any Democrats that are supportive of crypto. My normal like normie friends are not supportive of crypto. They just think it's a scam. And when you put all your power into like one of the people who just is more than willing to scam all of his users, like you're just going to further the message that this is just a grift and people are doing money laundering. Like all of the complaints that people had about crypto is exactly what Trump just like did in the public.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And now you
What am I
got that the new crypto launder scheme with the Board of Peace. Have you seen this? Heard about
Yeah,
this?
I've seen the board. I haven't looked too far into
So
it yet.
$1 billion for entry, right? And it's being used like a treasury fund, and it's going to be executive by Donald Trump after the presidency, of course. All of the contributions being funneled through what's that? USD1, Donald Trump's stable coin. And there you go. The site. So now he's wanting to position himself after the presidency on this board of peace where they want to rival the UN with but a privatized version of it, and using stable coins as the mechanism to launder treasury bonds and basically profit through the downfall and depreciation of all sovereign fiat currencies. So just keep undermining all those and profiting from the stable coin.
Yeah. God, what a mess.
If we already destroyed their nuclear capability with those brilliant bombing runs, what is it we're trying to negotiate now? It's a good question. What are they trying to negotiate now, Java?
How they can go into war? I don't know. I feel like right now the ballistic missiles that can only regionally hit Israel and is not a concern for the United States. Um, I
Excuse
don't know.
me,
I feel like we're
Israel is our biggest aircraft carrier on land in that region. They are our unsinkable aircraft carrier. What are you talking about? That's our baby.
well, if you put it in that terms, yeah, there's definitely a reason.
What was it? I think Nancy Pelosi said at one of the conferences recently, like, I stand firmly behind the giving of Israel to aid, and I don't even call it aid. Like, what is it? They're owed it. They're demanded it. They need it. Oh. Never understood some states' pushback against voter ID. Most of the developed world requires voter ID. What are the arguments that support being against it? Because it's more nuanced than that. The issue in reality is what form of ID should be accepted, especially considering real ID has been challenged in court since its inception by far right libertarians and left wing activists on multiple points. They want to make a voter ID that every citizen can get without jumping through hoops, but they want to make it so the ID forms, the least amount of people have, are the only proper forms of ID for voting, and that's insane. What are the hoops people have to jump through? Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this last week, that one of the easy first things is, okay, you have to have a matching birth certificate and passport with the same last name. And okay, well,
Yeah,
that's a non-starter for married women. Like, come on.
I think there's a lot of non-starters, but I generally think this is a losing issue for the left. That it is, I think, 70% of Americans believe we should have some form of voter ID. And I don't even think it's a loss of like voter ID in particular, but I think both parties have made our elections like have I mean when Trump got elected, it was the Russians that influenced our elections and there was these issues with it. And then when Biden got elected, there was all of these other countries that were influencing our elections, and every single like both parties after the next election, they whoever wins, whoever lost loses, they point to how it was not a fair election.
Mm-hmm.
It's either mail-in ballots or just every single time, and I think we're at this point now where both parties have made this push so much that they've convinced Americans that there needs to be a change. And I don't know. I think we're going to change. And even
if
if it's a bad change, even if I am in full agreement with you, everything that you are bringing up, those are valid points, that it's going to reduce turnout, it's going to discourage women from being able to vote, it's going to discourage minorities from being able to vote. Like all of those are true statements. But then both parties are saying that we have election fraud and we need to do some type of election reform.
Yeah.
And now they have to do it.
And I think I saw the stats that it was in all the years of Heritage Foundation gathering fraudulent voter thing, like I think they got down to 10 cases of actual, like, not even green, because a lot of it is you're a green card holder and you thought you could vote in an election, so you're mistaken, and those don't get counted. And then there's a teeny tiny minority of undocumented cases that they've ever recorded, and that exacerbates this myth, this narrative about it being a real issue. When I kind of think of the other aspect of this, what what does it matter? Like TCB said, fuck real ID. You could vote with no ID for most of our country's history. Like it was kind of presumed if you're within our borders, if you're living here, then you kind of have to have a say. And we also know of the excluding of indigenous, but I kind of that goes along with it, that dude, why is it not just everyone here existing in our society and contributing? yeah, have a voice on these issues. We barely get any participation as is. So I think it's all
Yeah.
just the erosion of and exhausting of the populace to go, all right, here's another hoop to jump through. Here's another reason you'll get less turnout. And I go, that's the
Yeah,
opposite direction I want to be going.
and if you're undocumented, are you really gonna risk getting
Yeah.
deported, and getting like in trouble so you can vote for Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Like, no, not at all.
Not the crimes they're desperate to commit in that situation. Like, oh, my life would just turn so much better if only Kamala.
Yeah. And it's not like you vote for these Democrats who are still doing all the things that are not helping you
Yeah.
as an individual. It's not like, I mean, I guess DACA is the only thing that we've ever done that actually has benefited undocumented individuals. And even that was just like,
Yeah.
here's some executive order that has no teeth nor protection for you.
No.
I just don't get it. But yeah, I'm on the camp that like we need to increase voter participation, and that's the bigger focus that we need because we're like voting at 60% of the voting population. We need to make it easier for like parents of young children are some of the least people who actually vote, and then you see all of our policies get directed towards
Right.
the populations that do vote, which is boomers mostly,
Yeah.
and and we're just giving up that power. But no, the focus instead is reducing turnout and kind of like making that even
Yeah.
more
Arduous.
concentrated with people who are turning out. But I don't know, like I said, progressives or Dems dug themselves into this hole, and we are convinced that there needs to be some fix because every single time we don't have fair elections.
Yeah.
But moving on, I think we
Yeah.
we're
We
just
talk about that.
every week. The thing I have been caring about the most is Epstein. So we're gonna.
Yeah.
I think we have like two slides. I
Former
love
Prince
this.
Andrew getting arrested feels like watching the table next to me get the food that I ordered. It was our file releases. Why has nothing transpired? Like the hell. The depravity, the boldness, the audacity that man, some people I've never heard of getting arrested in Lithuania or whatever. And oh, monarchy isn't even safe from this, but apparently our theocratically run capitalist monarchs, our exalted and sacred CEOs are more untouchable than princes.
Yeah. I mean, and people are just resigning. They're just like, who is Pritzker with Hyatt? It was just like, I have had, because of communications with Epstein, I'm going to resign. And I'm like, that's great. You're 80 years old and you're just going to go resign and live in your mansion and
Oh,
go on your yacht. Like, worst case scenario is that these people can't continue to work. I
yeah.
don't know. Drives me insane.
Oh no, they had to early retire.
Yeah.
Boo hoo. I'm sure none of that you possibly were involved with will continue to transpire whatsoever. You're an innocent.
Yeah. The
Oh.
thing I am hopeful of is that, like, we are seeing disparities. We're seeing the differences between what's happening in Europe. We're seeing countries that actually hold people accountable, and then we're seeing us. And all you have to do is just look to be aware of this. And
Yeah.
hopefully more people are paying attention to Epstein. More people are paying attention to like the tariffs. More people are paying attention to all these ways that our leaders are just grifting us, that we can start making change. But the issue is that in November, it's going to be, oh well, vote for whoever's not the worst candidate, and like they're both going to be the exact same.
Yeah.
candidates that are going to keep the status quo going.
Yeah. Flocks
Let's
of
end with
feathers.
some memes by Ice.
Hey, have you ever thought though, stonks? Have you considered that the S&P is up? The Dow is doing so good. How about you shut the hell up about all this Epstein nonsense? Okay, stop being interested in that. Look, stonks.
Yeah. Have you looked at that? Have you also considered aliens?
Have you also considered aliens? This lady said the Dow is over 50,000. Forget Epstein, everyone. The Dow is over 50,000. See, nobody cares. Nobody. I don't know how she keeps running it back, too. Ah, Valentine, I love you as much as I love the Dow being over. God damn it. Look who's talking Dow.
Did you see that RFK video that he put out with Kid Rock?
No, what's that one?
It's just like him and Kid Rock working out together, and RFK is just like in full jeans the entire time. Like he's in the hot tub and he's just like fully in jeans. He's like, I don't know. God, I started a lot of memes.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Dow with the sickness. Oh, God. Not in the face, okay? The Dow's at 50,000 puss. Oh, where you been? We're tanking here. The Dow's at 50,000. Oh, thanks. That'll save us. Tell Cersei I want her to know the Dow is over 50,000. Oh, man. Ah. Well, that was a good little meme purge, a little meme palette cleanser from all that transpired. Anyone in chat got anything they want to share with us before we end the stream? And make sure you let us know you're there and watching so that we can pay you. We bribe
Eventually,
around here. We
yeah.
bribe our
Eventually,
viewers.
today, I promise you all will get a cut of.
Sometimes we forget.
Have you seen my? If you look, because I claimed like the 90%, it
Uh-huh.
shows that my wallet is holding like $186,000. But I will say, if you sell it, it's only worth $2,000,
Yeah.
which is such a.
Yeah.
We have no liquidity. So we'll slowly.
If it was
I'll
Pump
send.
Dot Fun, you'd be at a milli.
Yeah.
You'd have millions.
But okay, well, we will see you next week for episode 15 of the Politics Show. And thank you to the 4 people that tune in every single week.
Bring your friends. Tell them about us. All right. We're one of the few non-crypto spaces. We ain't about like those other people, all those grifters. We're just here to have fun, vibe, talk about Epstein and some
Yeah.
aliens and space Nazis.
Awesome.
All
See you all
right.
next week.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next week.